So yewe ʼawtuli.átk qonei wushu ʼawtuli.átk Tlingit enach Adasa etinech eti just khan kananik kwal khat iwus ya just hayur atangi da the katat khasa ko just chaye genk ako yewe ʼawtuli.átk wujin yeje tunei chuwe ya we yak klein yikte wel the kat uhan yewe ʼawtuli.átk wush butu khayi kwal qone aya khik aya with the khwet cha wuj in aya wuj igach to the shi yewe ʼawtuli.átk aqa away just kana chakwat kinsa aya helsi aya Tlingit aya yitlayehi yekeha ʼawtuli.átk yuqewatani Cook.
Nech khaya ne nech khaya khaye khagut yatsuta nech khaye
Oh yeah, oh what was the cook naki yeah aya yata akh yukea we on yukea can cheese yukea yeah which is the cool ya hasis ko has ani kasaqu nech aya yukea khatqa sit dain aya hiti khatuti ya yes qacho yatakhasatin hadat aya we khashakach we yes aya khashakach aya ya khasatin nujin gidat qatakhasatin he khasagugu sahas do say that
the khadushu yaki yawa khi nom de dakhwakut gwash nom ade khukhatin
okay
yekwe khatin kanata our end hasad khai hujawet what ek wasa duwasak Tlingit enach ground tlak hasweka
yeah
has thank yeah
we cards aya yidu sagu yewa uhansu ya khatqa akhshat St. Mary's adequatuatin question katak shuwahihin yewa hasta ani aya kunnakh tlaqi khatqa hakusu we asqani khasatin aqawe wawus we St. Mary's ku kanata again to wasagu to ini وهن قنخ أوي أقا أوي و pickup truck أوا قنخ شاوه هيك وهانيس أدي وتو وقوخ ودي قنخ أوا يادي وقو جكخيا وتو هاين هسا كواني قوك يادي كانت آني أيا هسقت ووز قسوي كانت أقوى تخوستين ويخاس كخيا ينق هاينا كواني ها أوا هخسيك وتستين كسلو أشيات أيا ويخاس كانت واس يدو ساقو وواس أيا كسلو أشيات أيا جنكي أقا أوي تقين وتوقين أتكي كخ أيا كانت قتوقيد يا هخيوكي أقا ويش تكت ويخانا يبقى أتلاخي أيا يا وخي خانا أتخاي إتخ يا أوي قوس أقو كنخ أوي يا أخ إيش هس أتلاخي أخ تواسقو اشتخلتو أخ إين هسا كوني قوك أنا أتلاخ حتى كخواسقو يبقى أتلاخي أخ تواسقو قوا ويجاقو قاقو لتين قاشي ستيني وقاقو نخ أو شقوك أتلاخ just do yach aya alsleich. Aka awe konach has yacht za a kaik. Kest awush kook. Hoka konach awush kook konach yake. Ja yuppe ko at tagawe was adutleichen. Hast du to was adutleichni. Hast du to was ku aya. Gwas kon gwas chadasa has outleshat. We atleich jishaguni. Yewa achjivu welu atudachaya ke outletzach aya wetao gwalltech dech nas gwalltachun an aya achwalltech yewa chwasatin weqa klidzi hu aya tzatnachte tlech qatunach khatin adre huko at chwasatin tzatnach haqqa shinach ha klidzi wuke qoa Kungau kanach saya ad ʼawtuli ʼátk gall de cutchan gwall qodnei aya has ʼawtuli gushuk kei dushu gau gau adach aqawe gushuk gau ade kei has ʼawtuli we atla achji has du jishaguni aya yan has ausane aqa we jitterbug achi awa has atlech kleka qihja achi punana qihja achi gwalli gachtusa ya fiddle music ya the cut we card khanach with atsu khatka akhshat Kelt wat tussen koek we jitterbug. Ja achlisk. Hoe owe ausje koeken. Ja owe.
Tlingit trainer khwasa do sa yupek tsu konana yudo sa.
Yupik on qanins we qadat aq. Qadat aq Yupik qa Inupiaq qa Greenlandic qa Gwash Unungan Supiaq qa Atlek Chakuta sai qutsatilin kitqinach akatratsewa qa Yisaku aga Yisaku kshen takat yuhan wasa duasak supiaq Tlingit qinach giyaq katratsewa Kiyak. 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 Lekat we val kes ya unase kes uyat. Yat kes uyat. Kes kindia. Yak Yewa has wutusakun konach awe. Daat just wutusaku has a daat. Qonnana wash the katwe qonnana. Yak dat wash asai qudzati we yak atna. Hechasaku wash has ausaku. Dakka hechasaku taltan tagish wash just tagish. Helkadin hasakutsu. So ye anaka. Yes.
Kirke daat wutua kuch taye hinich wutua art. Jagude we hin you do a sagen da ye sunk I hin gosh ye chuji kachwech ye wudi geyi wutua in we kachwech chosita in you kachwaha saknen katech kashugatin kaniguach you do a sock plate ka kenach berry gravy huchewe
Yak we talk on what's kaniguachaya would it talk away we kahaktin we Hashishko has an kasak ko adataya yutecho tangnuch. Ya shkakwe. Ye hwajian shkakwe aya. Kaikak inach ya keen aya. Konach akanach ya jianistan. Shkak ye do a sak. Ye awechan a kawanig. Ya Tlingit inach yuch ewatani. Shkak ayat lekak inach whitecaps. Tlechakut kanku ko ach ina kawanig. Yashirti hini ata daat. Ko ach we shkak we daat. Aka awe ya ach khuni ka ach kik chashi. Du yejene yitin ko ach we skut ku was just card ku. A katkat se wak akadusa. Ye ya waka wushikaku ye. Ha yak ajawish shkak ye do a sak. Kak aya gwash yadu we as aya gwash kaudu wahash. Ya konach a 2 ye yeti. Yadu yatik gun. Ye do a saku at kak. Ya adat aya you Skoutlnik nuch yes kutlagutin kak haswugut kak hastu tuasagu kayatatsu shaya kaku kak aya asaya kudzati yat hechosaku wanach saya weta ko ayat dushkakwe nachko ha deya ye do asaku at wedu day ya a kachaya would yanuch de yahini ka de ya sank a keshkakwe uti skakwe dachaya gwashwe yakikt kide aya awakh aga dakte kone dakte aya we de kwal de kide hekhsak ya shi nachte ya du shutak ye du sago at we elhini shutak aya ade yikh kwal we yegeich ejkuyak yek satnach adil ye awedutin tan ani aya akak aya we tled has outlegech ya cast clenk aga washin atuyeti yad tan ani ko adia nach we do deya sanki just yan uwada we qis deya sanki ade aya akqakur achawe dakh awe khak wush has outla at Tesi toashku we yan uwat we dark uwatla we qis shidzi aya atunach aya awakukhu here khasaku ya haani daat shqaqwe shqut aya shqut kwan ye awa haani weg ya haani qa aya khatut latish nuch yes aya khashtakat we qutan achtuasaku haani de utu wakukhu aqa atqan ani yewe achtuasaku atqan ani tashaji qa ja akhsani qa akhat tin yewe akhat qa akhsani qnakhas aw shaguk ade wudut yakhiye we atqishi naidi asadu asago atwe strips qa Tlakawash. Aita qa we ayu wutsu we qat yu aya nai di aya wututlayikh qnakh qiya ke kwal ke jintag shu khikhin qa atl wututlayikh tl adada yeji tu ne ha atkhai kwal ha atkhai dat yeji tu ne qa awe khatu nagu yakhaya kwal qa aya tu nik just ha atkhai dat yeji tu ne kwal qonekinak in achawe nak ayal takatwe Tlingit atkha ye awe akhtundatani
hini ko amsa khat khatuki
deyahini qwat chas shqaqwe qa atl kashiyatahini we khat achawe we shqaqwe quwuj chaq ifkide haswuqukhin hasdu atkhaiqa qat aya shutaq qutini ye awa aqaya has awadikin ye awa digatin wash has awadikwen qanins we sak qaqat qayat atsu has awak has awastekh yidat qa has awtsaqayunuch ye awa qa chatl ayaqa ye ihki ayegu gengi ihki kitl qahiye ye duasak ada aya we qat yak eyi chatl aya ayati daat aya yitach watangtsu. Saks ye do sago atwe. Shlu saks. Kleid kak enach you. Ye awe tishugu asai. Saks aya saks kachunate. Saks ye do sago at yata. We chunate tin aya awatugun. Aka awe yata. Ye awe katuasagu chak. Saks ka chai. Chai aya. Dach al-luwutin. Ye awa wudutligech. We nach. Nach aya ituasagu. Gwal chartlai ituasagu. Nach aya wudutligechin. Ye awa we chatzini at aya ituasagu. We saks. Atunach aya wudu watush. Aka we yakatsi at hit. Akat khatse wakak. Dat insa. He awa shakuzi aya. Dasa has au sakun. Ja, dasa has au sakun hatlagu konkian. Kuchli di tin aya kuchli di awa as ak atuye yeti ye awa ka jishaguni. Yidat ko all ye do asa kwashi to asagu kausha wash aya we zisku dugu. Yadatin we kuchli di tus ak. Ha. Aka we nach aya to asagu yili yechiko. Ya do chai. Chai aya akach aya kaudu wachak. We aya hayi. Yata aya. Ya chat. Wutusaku. Eat. Yedu sago at yadu hini. Kunach katlan. Yadu we eat. Akach aya uwakak. Kinde aya has outlaqain at the way judechi adu wak du kaye yati. At the way yadu we kaudu wachak at chat lausatin. Ye awa khan du tu ye yati. Ka aya du nahu. Ye awa shukwa hin yekta ye to asagu. Has ausakun. Wasa ye klage we chat. Kil has to ashku kunach klage at. Yidat ko at yahai would dlagech. Ha, yisatin gate. Daukun hundred away up. Dashi. Kil had to ashku. What is the coup? Gwe shawat sheech awe. She dehini has kauda yetki. Kat kashatoashku gosh. Kaidushu jin kat awe adashi aye konach ayake. Yataka wede we nach. Nach tin aya hasitawasagu. Akak aya has put the naku. Aka awe an aya you has kaushat. Ya nach. Iin aya. Check quite good. Inaya check quite good. Ego aya Juan. A carrea has wusha goed in so. Ya de has it to us a go way a dashi. Te. Konach quat yacheti te. Han aya de goed a dach has it to us a go. Tan goed dach te. Konach quat yacheti. A dat aya has a dawa we tech a yende. We te aya konach quat yacheti. A tesh shuk tesh gachdu gachdaw tools. Konach just yende. Konach yende. We te aya eat kach. Yadu we nach. Tesh sach. Tesh kakwach. At we tesh eat kach. Just eat a kanach ayayata. we chatlaya ausatin, Kanda to yeti. Watusaku we chat, wasahas awaha, Kunachas shwutlet sik. Aka yadu we nach, Kunach away do khade, do sakade. Aka weta, we techa, Kunach away our yawakich. Aka away, yadu we take. Kach aya. Here we would do Tlingit. Hechasuku was not do a sako at each quay. Yewa Tatsiyach Hasakawa Chako. Where two tin. Akahas ausatin. Kone at Chuya at aya our stech. Akaya would do the coup chart. Chart show our ha has to now. Kliye aya ye has wutien koa. The tuasaku konachaway we chart with the whetly. Take gao kanach a kakone kinde our yik we take. We yadu we te eat ka yadu we nach. Kone kinde aya adu yiki kinde tukan yikwati we chart. Who aya would the whet clash a day. Clash a day akwasayiye yatatin. Aka awe kindia ayahas awati ka has ausakuan. This yadu has to walk kak aya kach aya shawa hitch a katlehut. Ha. Sukke?
Angun Kwanj Kashayi, Chach Kashnigi,
Oh, you can.
Deshi Tanya Kuti.
Oh.
What's the do with that Tlingit Kenach Bui?
Each quay.
Each quay.
Chakutatsu. Each quay. What's yatatsu? Chakutsai kutu. Katsutsai wakako. Cease. Akakakwashi. It's a yagan wash. Yak eh. Cheese, Johan. Booey. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh, shit, see. What's the other how winning?
Kashi Sakwaach, Yidet Qa. Katsis. It's another name for a buoy. Katsis. And I think that's the one that they would put on a fishing line. Each quay would be one they put to mark where the reef is.
Oh.
I think katsis would be, that's probably what we should call the ones that are floating above the crab pots and marking like fishing lines and stuff.
Yan hawane.
Oh.
Haike kuha.
Goodness cheese.
Bakte gekhat kushek. Yukatank hajiwa. Koshahidi yukatank.
Okay.
Daat. How sakte What ksak get yatutat.
Nas gadusha kashuwa gao yat utat. Ke khat would get.
Ideen get udli sa.
Ideen khwadlisa wa ekua.
Huh? Kate khat get kledu sugar to tutat. Gande itinach has. Oh yeah, gande itinach has yati.
Tutat kahwege UCE.
How? Heen khwasli Aga. Katchatse wak khwaslayechi. At khasinik. Dasa at yesai.
Pizza at khasai. Si agu sakunaintin.
Kedeen achech ye kukoti.
Iitke yan uaha.
Kunach. At nachtucha. Hooch.
Oh, kunach yeke, goodness cheese. Yeah, work a dane yiso tuwa ach too, yeke. Wukecha. It's always fun when all the technology works and everything. Okay, that was great. Any thoughts, needs, reflections, anything like that?
When we're talking about, when we're telling a story about a certain time, do we use the verbs within as if we were in that time, or do we tell it as if we're from like right now?
They're pretty much always using perfective verbs.
Okay.
There was this thing with some of the master storytellers where they would use perfective verbs, and then Dick Dauenhauer had a theory that they would use an imperfective verb to signal when we're sort of changing a scene. Like the story just takes some shift. But the other way, like, so thinking of like a narrative shift in a story, some really neat ways is you say, aqa'aweh. That's just saying like, and then, like talking about this stuff, and then this stuff. Then the other thing they'll say is, wananisawe, which is, you could translate as at some point. And that means like flashing to some other time, then this other thing's kind of going on. There's a number of other things that could be used, but those are two really good ones. Other things is as we're sort of stringing our words together is trying to use awa and how and things like that to give us these little pauses in the place of and so those are just little things to kind of think about. Let's see. Struggling with the conjugation for back-to-back verbs. Yeah. So if you want to tie some verbs together, the most common way that this is done is sometimes you can just sequence them. Like, you know, did this, then did that. So you could say, Hundake hiti de wugut. ʼawtuli.átk, right? So you could just sort of say one thing, then say the other thing. Or you could say, hundakahiti te wukut, a'awek ʼawtuli. But, and those are just sort of this thing, then this thing. Then there's a couple other sort of fun things to learn how to do. There's one that I don't see used too much, but we saw it in this little book by Vesta Dominics, which was a kiknach. And a kiknach would be to do two things at the same time. Like he was walking and whistling or whatever. But then to do some things, so like, and if anybody like likes something or loves something, we usually just use tuwasagu. A lot of the speakers I worked with, they didn't really like it if I said like, atchishi chesachan. Let's say, atchishi ach tuwasagu. And that could be interpreted as I like it or I want it. But then to say she likes to eat, you could say, there's a number of different ways to say it, but you could say, dutuwasagu, and then you could say, atchayi, you could say that, but then that gets a little bit sounding like, you know, she likes food, which is totally fine. But like to tie like another verb that's not, you know, or like she likes to eat, whenever you get to eating, you're more likely to hear, if you asked a speaker, they'd probably say, chach to eat nahinj, or chach to eat nahinj. She's always desiring halibut, right? So you wouldn't actually use a verb for eating. But you could, like let's say, we're trying to figure out what we want to eat. And I might say, ach tuwasagu tahini tuchayi. And so the thing that you do is the second verb. It's the second verb that's going to get it, right? Like, so like, I'm happy that, it's good that, I want that. So the first one will stay the same. It'll come first. The second one gets a relational suffix. So we go from tucha to tuchayi. Or like, we came here, we want to support you. Like, you know, you're making a speech at a funeral. Hatu wasaku yi daat tunaki, sorry. We want to support you. So then there's a couple of things that happen once you put that suffix on the second verb. One is it's going to follow the same rules as the relational suffix we learned when we possess things, right? Heen, heeni, right? So if it's going to follow all that same set of rules, which we can go over if you're a little rusty on those rules. But there's a couple of sort of things to remember with verb roots. Is if the verb root is, unless it's invariable, like khan, must always be short and high. But something like nak, to nak means we are standing. Yidat to nak, we're standing around you. But that's how you say like we're supporting you, we're holding you up. But that to nak, what'll happen is if you change it to, you put the I on the end, the underlying K is going to change to an underlying G, and that's going to push the vowel to go long and low. So this is why you would say, like let's say I have a dog that's sick and it's not eating, and it starts eating, and I might say, I'm happy that the dog is eating it, right? But acha would be the verb, that's the verb, acha, but it goes to achayi. So there's some things, there's just some patterns we start to just keep in mind. And generally, most things that end with a high short vowel, if you put a suffix on it, it's going to push it long and low. Te, quwaqan, te, yi. That's just one of those. It's just one of those things that you got to remember. It's a Tlingit pattern. So then the other things like, and you'll hear people in Tesla, I think I heard them say a lot, gnalchish irsatini. So that irsatini. So it gets the suffix. It'll push short, high vowels to go long and low, typically. And the classifier should usually switch to -I. So we go from irsitin to yake irsatini. So there's a bunch of things to just kind of remember. It seems to me speakers would generally not switch. The one that tends to not switch to -I is ya. So you wouldn't say, ach tuwu segu ituwuk eyi. I don't think you'd say it like that. Ach tuwu segu ituwu yak eyi. It would just stay ya. And we first started testing these because like we're kind of figuring out the pattern back in the early 2000s when we were at a language immersion. And I said, so you just put a, and we didn't know all the rules of the classifiers and stuff, but we're just figuring out, oh, you put the little suffix on the second one. And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay. Could I say like, achtu yake ejinyan? And they said, I think so. And then an elder walked by and I said, achtu yake ejinyan? And she said, ja. I was like, it works. Yeah. So, but that's basically how you're going to tie two things. And so you heard in Shakta'u and Kushek in their example, they used a couple of those. And then it gets more complicated than that, but that's probably plenty complicated enough. Okay, anything else? The verb for desire, it depends what kind of desire. I guess it depends on what we're talking about. Tuwasagu is to want. And you could say, like, you know, I mean, people talk about this kind of stuff. Let's say there's people that are kind of making eyes at each other, and then you might turn to your buddy, and because he's making eyes at someone, or to your friend, and you might say, "Du tuwag isagu." So you could say that, and that's she or he wants you, and in that kind of special way, right? Yeah. So there's, and then for desiring food. Okay, sorry, I went to a specific place. So yeah, let me show you that one, and then we got some other things to look at. So we'll look at Carrie's verb work. So we look up Tlingit verbs, and we get online Tlingit verb dictionary, Tlingit index. And what we're going to look for is ha. And then actually, if I'll show you like a place where you can kind of see how this stuff kind of works. So in Jeff Lear's verb notes, it's a little tricky to get used to, but basically on the left-hand side here, let me turn on some things here. Chat, disciplines. So under Weha in his sheet here, so you have a table of contents, and this is, you're going to look everything up by the verb root. So cha was going to be to eat, nik is going to be sick, although there's several, you might have two different, there's another nik, which is to feel something, which in other places they'll say nuk. And then sometimes that's eager. But this one we're going to look up ha. And we see that there's a few different ones. So there's ha to fight, ha to be willing, ha to move a bunch of little things at once. You're going to get ha as in to fit, ha to move invisibly, and ha for there to be many. And so under the move invisibly, this is where you get like ʼatkuaha, ʼitkuaha. It's just sort of like for something, the time to arrive, right? Yachkuha, that's the name for seasons because the seasons arrive. So you could say, how? Yes, ayah, yakunahin, fall is coming. Tak, yakunahin, winter is coming. And then he's got a list of these. Let's see if I could find it. Oops. And I'll zoom in on this a little bit. And sometimes you can get a little lost in this stuff, but this is kind of fun to just look through sometimes. Oops. Because you're going to find just a whole bunch of, katika etinach akautlaha. He poked it through the keyhole. Katika ite is a keyhole. And then it just sort of reveals a bunch of stuff about how the language works. And then, and we get the etinach, which is to be, like when you say you need something, like you're in the place where it used to be. It's basically what you're kind of saying. Let me find, he's got a cool list of them. Maybe I passed it. And I go back to the front. Missing, this is page 1. Page 2. Has to blame. I owe $5. Ayach that's the way it happened. And then you could say like, that's how it happened to us. And some of them, sometimes it has something to do with like kind of like the way it was supposed to be and stuff like that. Let me see. There's also a verb on here for like missing and wanting.
Is etinach related to eat?
Yeah, so it's ite. So ite is the remains of something. Like, so you've got us ite is a footprint. Gun ite is a charred spot where there used to be a fire. Atra ite is crumbs from where somebody ate. And so you'd say, we're really, and that's to say you're lonely for somebody, but it's like, I really need that person. Like so ite, and then nach is to go through or along. So I'm going through that place where they were, or where it was. And that's kind of how it works in the language. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of really fun metaphors that you can unpack in Tlingit. I'm not going to find this. I'm going to give up. But anyways, there's a whole bunch of them. So there's a page.
Page 2.Une, page 2.
Decha? Did I just like miss it totally? Is mine gone? See, it just says wuha. It's missing. That's my page 2. Anyways, maybe I accidentally erased it like a goofball. But anyways, on page 2, which I was looking all over for, there is a page that says, so blank would be the possessive pronoun, eat, and then something, uwaha. So uwaha, like it has arrived. And then there's some things, there's a bunch of things you could put in there. Ach eat, yan uwaha. And yan is a noun for hunger. Ach eat, yata uwaha, which becomes yatawaha. Sleep has arrived. Because in Tlingit, there's a number of different feelings and things that are just sort of sudden urges. Like, and if you think about it, I think that's how hunger works. You're not like, starting to get hungry. I think I'm going to be hungry. You know, you might know, but it's usually just like your stomach just goes, like you're in some meeting and your stomach just starts going crazy, right? And then, so then you could say, "Shukuwaha," I have to suddenly pee. You could put others in there. "Atuwaha," like I suddenly am desiring a person. And so, but if we look at that sort of verb, so we're going to look for ha, and I think it's under here. I would probably say that there's several different verb roots that are in this single one, but that's totally fine. So time for it, gather. So hungry. So what you would do with this pattern is you would just drop the yan. And instead you would, so you drop the yan and you put the specifying noun at the front. So you'd say chat. Oops, sorry, I've got make. Sorry, there it is. So I would say chat ach eat uwaha. I desire, the desire for halibut has come. And then he would get this one. Ach eat uhaich. That's it. I think I said it wrong. So uhaich would mean like always wanting it, wants it all the time, right? So you could say, to eat yan uhaich, she or he is always hungry. And if you say always hungry for, I don't know, Dungeness, sao, to eat uhaich, she or he always wants Dungeness crab, right? And then this is another one for, so this, you know, this for this version, what you're going to get is you're going to get the ch on the end, and you're going to get the conjugation prefix in there. And then that combination is going to give you this sort of like all the time, all the time. But then there's a, if it goes negative, the negative version of that is hasn't happened yet. So this is where it gets a little tricky, because sometimes you think a negative would be like, never, I'm never hungry for that. I never see that. But this is the form you would use for like, I haven't seen it yet, right? So then if you looked up the verb for see, like if someone was asking you about something that was like this new whale sculpture that's here in town, and so you would use this one to perceive this specific thing, and you would look down here for what, you know, we call it the negative habitual. Oh wait, I guess you don't see that one. Klesh uch satinch. I don't know why it's not there. But you would say klesh uch satinch is she or he has not seen it yet. And so what you would get here is you should get ukasatinch is what I would predict. Keshukasatinch. I haven't seen it yet. And then it can get even a little bit more sort of like as we were sort of working with some elders, and you would say, I thought, how would I say that's the first time she saw him? Would I say shukwa ausatini? And then what they said was, they said this one, it's a man that she had never seen, she hadn't seen him yet. And then it was really neat, because then there's another one, like if we go to T, which we know is to be, and then kudzati, which we know is to exist or to be born, or life, so that's where kuste comes from. And if you put a possessive marker on kuste, you get kustiye. And so ha kustiye, it comes from this particular verb, kudzati. So then if you look here, keshkukastich hasn't, you know, so you might say, did she have the baby yet? Keshkukastich, it hasn't been born yet. Then there's a kind of a fun thing you could do where you put ch on the front of it. The tlech contracts to just the letter L, so you get ch, and then you say qastij. So it gets a possessive marker, it gets a relational marker at the end. Before she or he was born. So you want to take it to level 10. If you see an underlined G in a form like this, it'll switch to an underlined K to say me. So I might say qastij. Hastitawasaguwan. Just what, that's not true, but I can say it. Before I was born, they wanted to name me Khone, right? And so these are some complex time references. And I can't remember, because I was just trying to say like before I was born and before you were born and stuff. And so it was pretty fun. And then to be born, we should remember there's two versions of that verb. You could say khatqudzati, I was born, and you could say quchdzati. And quchdzati is a little bit more active, like I came out, I was ready. Where like the other one is just sort of like being born. Okay, that's a.
Is that just in the negative with the underlined G because underlined K for I?
No, that would also be here. So I could say, so here, teach, I exist every time, right? Like I'm like Beetlejuice or something. I don't know. Who's around all the time? I don't know. Okay. So let's look at, unless you guys got any other questions. So hopefully this stuff is helpful. And then we'll just sort of walk through some other stuff too. Sometimes we just go way down to the end of the village. Let's go way down the end of the village where all the complicated verbs live. So I did this sort of presentation a year ago about like the Tlingit verb, and just to get us just continuing to think about that verb so we can just continue to exercise things and think about how to keep packing all this stuff into our brain. And I think through repetition, like you'll see me, I keep trying these other verb modes. I'll get them wrong quite a bit, but then I'll go and I'll find them later. And so that's what you're going to find yourself doing. Try it out, remember how you said it, and look it up later. But don't stop the flow, I don't think, because you just got to be wrong with it. You got to. And you got to be fine with that. And as long as you're just sort of continuing to listen, talk, look it up, fill these gaps, then I think you just get there. But if you get discouraged and you stop because there's just too many things to remember, or you just don't want to go out to that space where you're pushing beyond memorization, then you might get yourself kind of stuck. But if you're getting stuck, like, let's talk about it. Let's get unstuck. So the goal with a lot of these kind of drills is just flexing the brain. We're burning these new pathways. The brain's got to learn a whole new way to think about things. You're like, wait, time is different? Okay, let me rearrange my whole perspective on the universe. And so I like to say, you're going to try, you're going to succeed. You're going to try, you're going to succeed. And she told us, you improve it by using the Tlingit language. That's how you get better, is you just keep doing it, keep trying. So when we sort of bear down the pattern to kind of its simplest form, we've got preverb, object, thematic, conjugation, subject, classifier, stem, right? And then there might be some suffix stuff on there too. We'll look at that. The CH, the repetitive ones are the ones you really see. And then you could say like an NI on there, or a decessive, like it used to be that way, but it's not that way anymore. But when we start kind of walking through these, we start with the objects, right? So object pronouns, this is who the verb is happening to. There are a few verbs where like they're just kind of unusual and you're using an object pronoun, but it's actually a subject, right? Like you could say, who could tell me how to say, she or he ran towards there? Ade, what?
It's a guess, but wujahik.
Yeah, aware. Wujahik. Ade wujahik. Right? So now I ran there. How would we say that? So instead of wujahik, ade wujahik. Right? You ran there. Ade, right? So then we're like, okay, I'm getting the pattern. But then if you say, we ran there. So the hus would be they. So we might think wutujahich, but then we're like, no, because when it's plural, it changes to a whole different verb because that one's kind of crazy. So you'd say, ade hashuwagu. And there's just a couple exceptions that are like that. So normally the object is the one that the verb is happening to, right? So happened to me, happened to us, happened to you, happened to y'all, happened to him or her or it, happened to someone, happened to something. I did it to myself, okay? So to sort of just practice those in their small forms, we say khat. Kusuyuhan khat. Khat. Say it. Yeah, wait. Ha. I. Ye. It's usually a 0. When does it become an A?
Third person and third person.
Yes, when the subject is also, when the subject and object are both third person, then the object will be A. All other cases it'll be a 0, right? And so these, if English were to use Tlingit grammar, basically, I'd say it happened to me, it happened to you, it happened to, right? So then there just wouldn't be the other, that pronoun, it's just there's a 0 marker there, right? So then ka or k is people, although there is a k thematic prefix, which is different, and sometimes it's a little tricky to figure out which one it is. Ut is something. This is the ut from ut-u, and this is the ut from utcha. And then there's chush, which is most often just sh. So shchwadzetin, I saw myself. So we mark some of them, like this one. We'll push the classifier plus D. If you're going to do it, if someone's doing it to themselves, that's a plus D classifier verb, right? That's just how Tlingit tends to work. So to look at some of these in practice, we'll say, and we'll go through I, we, you, y'all. So read the English here. So we'll just say the Tlingit. Chat yak a. Ha yak a. Yak a. Yak a. Yak a. Ha yak a. At yak a. Has yak a. So for this is what we call like the fourth person human. It's usually going to be k, unless there's a weather verb associated with that one. So kuwak a is the weather's good. But then that's why you'd say kayak a. So otherwise, it's most often, most speakers I think that you worked with would say k, right? And so, did we do atyak a? Asyak a. And so that's how these work, right? So you just sort of, you get a list of them, you just commit that list to memory so that you could just say, as these things are happening, you could say who they're happening to. And that's a big part of, and the third person and second person, first person, Yeah, well, I guess it depends. So, anyways, so we should get familiar with those, and then most state verbs to be a certain way are going to use an object pronoun. So if you wanted to be strong, instead of yak-a, that would change to shitsim. If you wanted to be amazing, that would be shikudzi. If you wanted to be dirty, it'd be wushachech. If you wanted to be, on and on. There's all these different things, and then it could be right there using these object pronouns. So here's another one using a verb that's an act verb. So she or he, somebody's there doing a bunch of loving, right? Chatzechan, hasechan, isechan, yisechan, asechan, chusechan, atsechan, asechan. Okay, so there's a bit of a rule. There's a number of different sort of rules when it comes to the object pronouns. One, typically, it's just been sort of standardized. This is the way that folks decided to write it, and I think it works. If the object is a single letter, it can attach to the verb, right? So we see isachan, it's written as one word. Asachan, written as one word. Or if it's k, so there's two letters. So two letters would be fine, but it has to end with a vowel. But then chat, ha, yi, at, has, sorry, has is in a different category. At, yi, ha are all written separate. It's just, there's some reasons why. It makes sense when you look at a whole bunch of different phenomena with Tlingit. But the thing to remember is even though there's a separation there, that will still cause contraction to happen. The other thing we start paying attention to is how do Tlingit prefixes contract? They do so in very regular ways, but we see like wushachech is dirty, right? So you'd say chat wushachech, but you'd say how shachech, right? So it's going to cause that perfective marker to collapse a little bit. Okay. All that stuff makes sense? Any questions? So this summer we made some cards, and one of the cards had this list of the most common pronouns, so that you could just have them, so you could practice, so that you'll just look them up as you need to use them. So I'll get some of those cards. It also had a bunch of verbs that were, I think they were pretty common verbs, and they were conjugated in the main ways. Like, I think you need to know how to command someone to do something, pick it up, put it down. I think you need to tell someone not to do something, don't pick your nose, don't eat that. I think, I got kids, right? And I think you need to say, doing it right now, not doing it right now, did it, didn't do it, will do it, won't do it. I think that's your focus area. The other stuff is really cool, but I think you got to make sure you got a good grip on that stuff so you could take any verb, look at it, and you'll be able to take a really good guess at how to put that verb together. Then you start getting into some of the more complicated, let it happen, it happens all the time, it hasn't happened yet, it happens regularly, when it happens, there's no way it could happen, if it happens, it might happen. And so that's kind of the extent of, then there's just like, this happened, then this happened. That gets pretty complicated. Or like, he came here to hunt. Hot uwakut akashunti. Right, and so but don't worry about if you want to just sort of dabble in them, it's fine. But I think you to be conversational, you got to be able to do those other forms, right? Those are the main ones, right? And our goal this semester is to really kind of master those. And the things that you're going to get is what comes in the preverb. That goes in the preverb, and that pushes the whole thing negative. What's going on in the prefix? What kinds of things need to be there? What happens when they start combining with each other? What's the classifier going to be? And then what's the stem going to be? The stem can either be long and high, long and low, short and high. Those are your three options. And there's these rules onto how all this stuff sort of happens. And then it's just a matter of just sort of getting all that stuff packed into your mind and then executing, just using the language, not getting too hung up, because I think a lot of people might get too hung up and just say, oh man, I don't know if I'm saying this, but just go for it. Because in the context, once you learn how to do quite a bit in Tlingit, like when you're talking, a lot of us will know what you're trying to say, and that's amazing, that's awesome. Then we just focus on getting you to say the things that you'd like to say. And that's the goal. Tessa?
I get confused when I'm saying I do something or I did something. What's the difference between saying and ha?
Hua would be I did it. And cha would be I'm doing it. So I could say, where are my cookies? I'm eating them, right? And then I ate them all. So then I got to decide, how big is the fight gonna be? Any other questions? Okay, so let's look at a few other things we're going to find in the verb. So there's this thing that we call thematic prefixes now. They used to have different names. This is another sort of thing with Tlingit, is every 5 or 10 years we start changing the names of everything. But I think we're kind of settling down. The next big shift is going to be, we'll come up with Tlingit names for all this stuff so that we can do all our grammar classes in Tlingit. But in the meantime, the thing to remember with thematic prefixes is they always mean something. The other thing to remember is if you put one on there, you've got a whole different verb. That's not the same verb anymore. That's a totally different verb. So you can't just stack them on there just to make them, just to sort of start shifting it. You've created a whole different verb. For example, wune, it happened. Yan uwane, it's ready. Yan ausane, she or he prepared it or fixed it or repaired it. Then you've got ejuwane, she or he worked on it. And that's all the same verb root. So there's a couple ways. Once you have a root, ne is to do something. It's the do it verbs. Nike, swoosh, whatever verb. But then you can change the classifier. So there's a number of ways you could change a verb. One is you might put a specific thing in the preverb. Wune and yanuane are different verbs. Wune means it happened. Yanuane, it's ready. And then we change the classifier to an S, ausane, somebody prepared it, right? And now this is the super doer verb. I could say, yi'iti nasane, go clean your room. We nadak ka yan naisane, y'all get the table ready. Just get it ready, right? And it really just means fix it, prepare it, but that's the verb you might use for cleaning, getting it ready, doing the dishes, whatever, right? So the other thing to remember with the thematic prefixes, there are 3, you can have up to 3 of them. I think that's the max. And so what I did with this list is I put the most common ones up there in these 3 categories. The trickiest thing is probably there's 3 different ka prefixes. Sound exactly the same, look exactly the same. And you can have up to 2 of them. So you can have kakataka, and kakataka is for something to bite with 2 planes together like a pair of pliers, as opposed to biting with teeth. Kakataka is the word for pliers. So under slot number 1, we usually move left to right. That's the thing you're going to hear first and see first. Ka or sorry, this one is, we say, this is just, it's relating to a space. It's kind of hard to define, but this is the one that's going to push a lot of verbs to talk about the weather, because ʼawtuli.átk is hot weather. It's not a hot room. It's not a hot plate. It's not a hot person. It is hot weather. This room is hot. It's not, once you put the ʼq on there, on that particular verb, you're talking about weather. And then you're going to see it, we'll look at it later, but just keep that one in mind. It just refers to a given space. And Shana Kate, yes, this is the order that they're going to be, left to right. So you can have this ka and then one of these. But you can't have these. And the other thing to remember is it's like a slot machine. You can only have one in each slot. Right? If that one's that, it's locked up. Right? If you've got ka, you can't have that ka underneath it. So the ka underneath it refers, it's comparative, right? And so this one is, you kind of know whether it's this one because it'll sound like ku a lot of times because it's going to have this thing we call the irialis. It's a letter U. The irialis pops in to mark a couple things in the prefix. One, that the verb specifically didn't happen. Actually, that's the only thing it does. It just marks when the verb has not happened. So it'll be in all negative forms, all future forms, some other forms, and it'll be in whenever there's a comparative thing. Because you're saying it's not that, but it's like that. And so that's why you get yagay. Yagay is it's big. Ye kugay, it's this big, right? Because you're comparing it to something. Okay. Next, we're out of time. So, when are we getting together? Next week? Okay. Something about next week is I will be in Anchorage, so I will probably try to do the classes from Anchorage, and so we'll figure it out. We'll just have to sort of be a little bit, and I'll have somebody in the room, probably running the room. I'll be hanging out with Graham Smith, which will be amazing, because I need some decolonizing energy right now. But we're gonna keep sort of doing this. We did food again, so I would like us to start off by talking about travel. So we'll probably have these same microphones in the room, maybe a camera. We'll see. This Chun is gonna run the room, and hopefully everything goes okay.
I just realized I'm going to be in Seattle.
Oh, you'll be in Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 3 days, Monday through Wednesday.
Somebody in the room who's going to be here next week want to run the room.
Let's do English Day.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. So everybody in Juneau,
Just have class in Anchorage.
call in. Can you use the Zoom link, and would you be able to call in? Is this?
Probably.
Yeah. You go to tlingitlanguage.com under Learning Tlingit and Advanced Tlingit, and it says click here to join the class. So try that button, but you'll have to install the Zoom. It's either going to be an app or software, depends on what you're using. And just let me know if you're having any trouble.
Okay.
Who else? Is anyone else usually? Oh, Anna Hook. I'll let her know. I'll see if there's anybody else in the room. And then for those of you online, it should be fine, except probably sitting in a hotel room or something. I don't know. We might get together. Who's going to Anchorage? Okay, so we might get together. Oh, maybe we'll try to find a spot at UAA, and we'll do Advanced Tlingit on their campus. Oh, we'll figure it out. Okay, but also bring your questions. We're going to start off by talking about travel. So do your research between now and then. Lots of different ways to travel. And then we'll probably shift to sort of finishing this discussion on generally how verbs work. And then we're going to have a discussion about motion verbs, because motion verbs are a really neat way to start talking about verb conjugation types because they show us kind of a little bit how they work. Shana Kate, it's going to be me. I'll still be teaching, but I'll just be teaching from a different spot, probably from a phone booth, parking lot. I was kidding. I'll find a spot. We'll be in Anchorage meeting with some, or at least I will. Go. Are you guys meeting with? I don't know. I'm getting this.
On Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
And there's an EED conference that they're having up in Anchorage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's a trauma conference.
Okay.
I don't know the specific name. I'm just calling it that because it's around trauma.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'll be teaching. It'll just be a slightly different environment. Same bag of random stuff. Chaos. Okay. Gonna teach you, hon. Travel. So look up travel stuff and bring your questions, and we'll keep moving through all this fun stuff.
It's travel weekend. Most of you are traveling.
Oh, right. We're all traveling. How appropriate.
Sheesh.
Ah.
Precies.
Kecha.